I hope you can see us now. Can you hear us? I hope you can hear us. I hope the next time we don't have these glitches, but it's bound to happen. It's the first time. But I do hope you've enjoyed the story. And yes, Michelle, I know you would have expected a story like this from me, but I'm not going to do only creepy stories the whole time. But this is one of my favorites, which is why I have to share it with you. Now we move on to something which is really, really, as I said, very, very Indian, with a lot of lovely details that we have in our legends, folklore, as it were. And I leave this to Deepti.
Hello everyone. We've not started yet because it is show live. We've not started then. This is already recorded. This is already over. Can you hear us now? Showing live.
Yes.
Is it live? They can?
Yeah, they can. Okay, I'm just going to quickly go over what I said because I don't think you would have heard it. I hope you enjoyed this story that I just told you. And yes, Michelle, I knew you would expect something creepy like this, but I intend to say, let's share less creepier ones later. Do keep sending in your feedback, your comments. Yes, and the glitches that we are facing today, we hope to not have or to do away with from the second story session onwards. But now I give the mic over to Deepti, who's going to take us back into Indian folklore. It's really rich. There's so much that we need to know, and the descriptions are wonderful. So I'll leave Deepti to do this.
Thank you, Shrija. Yours was really, really wonderful. As you said, Roald Dahl, I've heard him as an author for children, and first time I'm hearing the story of this genre from him. It's really nice. So I am here today with a story completely rooted in our rich Indian culture, specifically from Kerala. So if there are people who are in any way related to the southernmost part of India, the state of Kerala, you must have heard the name Paripetta Pandirukulam. So this is a small part from that story is quite huge. This is a small part of it. So the protagonist of this story is a person named Vararuchi. So he was a great scholar, he was an astronomer, they say. He was knowledgeable in so many fields. He was a great Brahmin, and he used to adorn the court of King Vikramaditya. Okay. So he was one of they say there were 9 wise men of the court of Vikramaditya, and he was one of them. So a series of events happen in his life, and then he gets to know his destiny is revealed to him. In of course in a way that only he could understand, because he was so scholarly. He could understand the language of even celestial beings. So he heard foretelling of his destiny, of his future, that he is going to get married to a girl from a caste called the Paraya caste. Okay, and that this child who is just born into a Paraya family in his own kingdom is going to be the girl he is going to finally be destined to marry. So as in those days the social caste system was so rigid, and he couldn't think of it. He was such a great scholar and a Brahmin known by everyone. Wouldn't people ridicule him? So the first thought that came to his, even such a great soul, but that was the thought which came into his mind. So he played some cards along with his friend King Vikramaditya, and his he was actually, King Vikramaditya was also his half brothers, they say. So he tried, he told few false stories even to King Vikramaditya, but convinced him to find a way to get away with this child. So they ordered the soldiers to do away with this infant baby, and the child, they say, was literally snatched from the parents, and a burning torch was stuck to her crown, and she was laid in a plantain raft and made to they put her in the river.
They were hoping she would die.
They were hoping she would die.
Okay.
And that's what they thought. They thought she is dead. So they didn't want to directly do the act, but they got away with her. So after this, the news came to Vararuchi. The soldiers came and told him that we have done this. He just gave a laugh and he said, "Who said destiny can't be changed?" With the pride, arrogance that he had. Yeah. So then many years passed. Vararuchi he used to travel a lot. He traveled extensively, and during one of these travels, what happened was that he happened to halt in a Brahmin's house. So they were very, very happy to have Vararuchi as a guest, and were extremely pleased, and they invited him to have lunch at their place. So he said, "Of course, I'll be only happy," but he had a slight mischievous idea which flashed onto his mind. He said, "I have few conditions. If you fulfill these conditions, I am going to have lunch at your place." So the Brahmin said, "Okay, could you tell us what the conditions are?" So he said, "Here are the conditions. The first one is that I want Virali Pattu to wear after my lunch, after I come back from my bath. I want 1008 dishes for my lunch. I want to eat 3 people after my lunch.
Okay.
And I want 4 people to carry me once my lunch is done." So these are kind of riddles, right? I think we could rack our brains a little. You could all try to get the answers for these riddles. What could it be? Even the Brahmin was totally puzzled. He was like, how am I going to do this? And he's such a great person. How would I say no to him? So there was one person in the Brahmin household who was very, very intelligent, and that was his daughter. So she figured out, yes, she figured out, she said, "Father, don't worry, I understood what he means by this. Let me explain." So here are the very, very interesting answers that she came up with. So Virali Pattu just means that he needs a changing cloth after he comes back from his bath. It's as simple as that. 1008 dishes meant there is something in Kerala called Airam curry. This is something which is very familiar to all of us too. It's actually nothing but ginger pickle. Okay, they say that ginger pickle is equivalent to 1008 dishes. You just need that to finish your meal. So that is why it was called Airam curry. So that is what he meant by saying that I want 1008 dishes. And as far as the 3 people that he wanted to eat after lunch, guess what? It was as simple as the betel leaf, the areca nut, and the lime. So it was just he wanted to have a nice chew of all these three things. Okay, and the four people who were going to carry him were nothing but the cot, the comfortable cot that he was going to sleep in with four legs. Even a
complicating things.
right. It was as simple as that. It was just an intelligent mind was required to understand. He just wanted to test, and as the Brahman was also relieved, so he made all the arrangements. And when Vararuchi was back from his bath, all the arrangements were made, and he was impressed. He said, "Okay, so you figured out what I meant." So the Brahmin said, "No, it's not me. It's my daughter who helped me find out the answers to your questions." So that is when Vararuchi took notice of the beautiful daughter that they had, the Brahmin had, and she was also so intelligent. So he was very, very
Beauty with
impressed.
brains, a deadly
Beauty with brains, and he was completely flat, as they say, and he wanted to ask for her hand in marriage. So he said, he decided that he is going to get married to her, and what more joy would the Brahmin have to get Vararuchi as his son-in-law. So he happily agreed. They had a grand wedding, and after few days, the couple were having a conversation, and Vararuchi happened to notice a scar on his wife's head. He asked, "What is this, dear?" So she said that, "Oh, this, you know what, I am not the biological daughter of my parents. My mother was having a bath in the river, and she found me in a plantain raft with a burning torch stuck to my crown." So that was when Vararuchi, with a shock, realized that this was the same pariah girl, the same girl infant whom they had tried to get away with, trying to change destiny. So this girl was destined to be his wife, and so it happened. So then that was the turning point in Vararuchi's life, and all his pride and arrogance, for all his pride and arrogance, he understood that, even I am nobody in front of, fate and destiny. Even I cannot change it. So this is what happened, and this is the couple, Vararuchi and Panchami, who had the Paraipetta Pantirukulam, who are the 12 children. And each one of these children are special, and they are very, very known to, I'm sure at least the Keralites all over the world, they would have heard different stories about Naranathu Brandan and Pakanar and Perindachan. These are all the children of this couple. So those stories for another day. There is plenty of, so many side stories to say about. For another day, we'll do it. I hope when there is less of a technical glitch, when Facebook.
And we can actually see ourselves talking.
Yes. So we had a great time though talking. Yeah.
Yes, and that was a lovely story, Deepthi, and I'm sure there are plenty more like these, and we have so much we hope we can share. We plan to do it once a month.
Yeah.
So, but what we'd like to really know here is, give us your comments, your feedback on how you liked it. Yeah, these videos will still be available. You can watch them later and give us ideas, suggestions of the kind of stories that you'd like to hear, and whether you liked the stories and anything else at all, because this is a fun place where we share and have time. Never mind the technical glitches, and they were bound to happen. Murphy's Law, the first time, we hope it stays. It never happens again, but we had a lot of fun. Hope you did have fun too. Deepthi, anything you want to say?
No, I think that's about it. I think we have done quite a bit of talking, and we need comments now. We need your feedback. We need you to tell us. We wanted this to be an interactive session. That was the whole idea behind going live on Facebook instead of posting a video. But this was to happen this way. That's okay. Yeah, and we had fun.
Sending in your
Messages, yeah, and please put in your comments. That's all even I want to say.
Suggestions also.
Suggestions, definitely feedback, what kind of stories you want to hear, and all those things. And I think that's about it. Thank you. Good evening.
Yeah.
Have a nice evening.
Love you all. Bye.
Bye.